Let's have some fun exploring recursion.
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 The graphical mode in Linux is handled by this program called Xorg. It's a program which tells the graphic card to display things. Those things are usually the windows. The windows are controlled by the window manager. The window manager I use is Fluxbox. You can even restart it while it's running. We're still on. Now let's imagine I want to test a different window manager and I need a different separate display. We can achieve that using one of the available nested X servers. I'm going to use Zephyr. So first, let's look at Zephyr. I will run just a single separate Zephyr display. And now I'm going to install a different window manager. And now, as you may have already guessed, I will be trying to run this i3 on display number 1, which is Zephyr. And here we go. That's i3. I will stop this window manager and we're back to Zephyr. Just for fun, let's run i3. Let's do another Zephyr display and let's run my favorite Fluxbox within that Zephyr. Okay. Fluxbox, i3. Obviously, you can run as many window managers as you wish. And if you run too many of them, it might be a good idea to group them. Now, let's suppose that I want to run Inkscape in the nested Fluxbox. Oh, it's there, okay. And maybe I would like to run Blender there as well. Blender. Okay. Ooh, we're there. Okay, and let's say I would like to record only that display. doing a movie within a movie. Let's stop this and will we be able to watch the movie? Okay, let's play the movie. Oh, cool. Now we're watching a movie recorded while recording a movie. So the time has already dilated. Stop all Zephyrs. Boom. So this evolutionary piece of smarterdom allows us to multiplex our windows. You can move. That's the most stupid comment I have ever written. It has sessions which you can expand and so on. Beautiful piece of software. The crucial fact in our story is that Tmux uses a prefix command. I have it bound on my keyboard to Ctrl V. So I hit Ctrl V and then I can create a new window. I can move around like Ctrl V P previous and Ctrl V next. Ctrl V split, Ctrl V split, Ctrl V next layout, and so on. But my commands are always prefixed with Ctrl V. So now, let's see what happens if I run Tmux within Tmux. How do I control that? Oh, I can. In order to control the nested Tmux, I have to hit Ctrl V twice. 1, 2, create. 1, 2, previous. Because if I do it only once, it's gonna look like this. Next, previous, previous, next. 1, 2, next, and so on. And now we reach Emax. This is Emax. It does everything. I have used it for 20 years, but if it comes to doing a video on Emacs, I'm definitely not there. Ctrl X plus, Ctrl X plus, Ctrl X plus, and so on. Chained commands. You see, Emacs relies heavily on macros. You can do stuff like Ctrl U 72 stars. Boom, right? Or you can sort lines. Alt X, sort lines. Boom. The keyboard commands are chained. Emacs can do everything. It could, for example, run a terminal with bash, which would run, for example, Emacs. Okay. So, Emacs can display images. We can browse the internet, copy, paste, change mode to Markdown. Okay. Heading. Link. And then change it to Python. And then change it to org mode. and back to Python and back to org mode. So Emacs can do everything. There are people who watch YouTube using Emacs. One could wonder if it's possible to run Blender in Emacs. That would be cool. And we're back to recursion. So let's recap. We had Zephyr, display number 1. We had Fluxbox, display number 1. That's okay. We had Emacs, display number 1. We had ANSI term in Emacs, running Tmux, which runs Emacs, which runs eShell, which runs Tmux, which runs Emacs, which runs a terminal, which runs Emacs. And here we stop and we play games.